What up, though, everybody? It's your boy, Nomus J, coming back at y'all, man. Been a while since I actually made a video. But, I've been going live a lot lately, but it's been a while since I actually made a video. So let's get into it, man. Detroit Lions preview versus the Seattle Seahawks. The Lions will be hosting the Seahawks this Sunday, 1 o'clock game, of course. Just come give y'all a quick update, man. It's kind of a must-win situation. Seahawks, they're a competitive team, but they not that much better defensively. They do have their moments offensively, but their offense is kind of spud. They got a lot of good players receiver wise, obviously DK Metcalf being one of the main ones there, along with Tyler Lockett and the boys. They got K9 and they got Penny, I believe, still is running back as well. So they got some players, but at the end of the day, they can be had. But for them to be had, the Lions are going to have to really show up on, first off, the defensive side of the ball and bring pressure. Geno Smith by himself is not really anybody you have to be afraid of. Theoretically, he's pretty much been a bust his whole career, former first-round pick back, I believe, in 2014 or 13 or one of those draft classes. But, yeah, he hasn't really lived up to that. Obviously, he's been a backup since at least 2014. I think that was the last time he was a starter until now. So now as him as being the starter for the Seahawks, they obviously in the rebuild situation. You have to watch out for their running backs though, because our run defense isn't that good either. The Lions have been one of the main teams giving up 30 points a game, as much as we've been scoring down at 30 points a game. So we real 50-50, but we are at home, and I believe it'll be a sold-out crowd. Injury report, Seattle, they're not as heavy on injuries as we are. That we've been injured since before the season even started, and then on top of the guys we had set out this week, I think we got 5 that may play. I'll try to post that up. I'll try to post that up either on my social media. Something like that. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. But I know Swift and St. Brown sounds like they're going to miss the game. Obviously, Jonah Jackson too for the offensive line. But from the sounds thing, we will have probably Frank Radnow and T.J. Hawkinson. I believe when it comes to receiver wise, I know we'll probably have Josh Reynolds. DJ Chark, not so sure. I think he might be a very last minute decision, but I think he might be out. I'm not sure. We probably won't know till late tomorrow officially, or probably maybe by game time. He could, if he not downgraded as out for Sunday, he might be a game time decision. I think Reynolds should be available. He been in limited practices most of the whole week except for Wednesday, where he didn't practice. DJ Shark did practice limitedly, but then Thursday he didn't practice, and then Friday was a limited practice, but he been downgraded. They said he was jogging in Friday's presser by Dan Campbell. He said he was jogging out there. He was going to be jogging. He was doing some light drug, but that ankle still was kind of giving him some problems for DJ Chark. So we'll see what happens with that. The Lions got to show up, man. Pretty much. Another player that could be, like I said, T.J. Hawkinson should be available. Jamal Williams and the guys, they rested a lot of guys this week due to injuries. I think Bobby Price might be available too. Frank Radnow is going to tough it through probably with his foot. So we should have most of our line sort of there, minus Jonah Jackson. And obviously Big V, but and I believe we're still gonna be without John Kaminsky. We may not see Kaminsky till like game 7 or something like that, because he's not on IR, but I don't think he's gonna get pushed to IR anyway. I think he just had to get his wrist together or whatever. So we'll see what happens when he comes back. We know Aiden Hutchinson will more likely be playing for Sunday's game, and Amani, I think he's a healthy case too now, so he's pretty much healthy. He's getting back to close to, I guess you could say, somewhat normal for health wise. So we got our work cut out for us in a way, because like I said, this is a must-win game. Even though Swift won't be playing this game, Jamal Williams and Craig Reynolds should give you enough juice run game wise. They're going to have to lean on that play action pass a lot. from Jared Goff. So which means they have to establish the run game and bring pressure defensively. They do have a nasty linebacker in Jordan Brooks to deal with too. That's what it's like to have a good linebacker who got to sit behind a really good player for at least a season or so, in Bobby Wagner. But yeah, he's the new guy there now, so you gotta watch out for him. D-line wise, you got Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris can be a frisky one to deal with sometimes, but other than that, I'm not hearing too much good for their D-line that way. Our O-line should be able to hold up against them. Our running backs might have some time though with Jordan Brooks because he is a hell of a solo tackler. I believe he had 109 solo last year out of 137 or 180 or something like that. It was something. He had a lot of tackles, I know, last year. I heard. I forgot the exact number. I have to go back and look if it's that important. But yeah, he's a hell of a tackler. Okay, he has, I believe, 32 as of right now. Our boy Rodrigo has about 22 or so as well right now overall. So he's been on some tackles this year. He still has a lot to learn though. He's not perfect. He gets beat sometimes, but Rodrigo should have a chance to show out because they're going to try to put the ball on the ground on us and run through our run defense. So we kind of need him to be in the right gaps. I expect Ben Johnson to be willing to deal in his playbook and finding ways to open up the run game and open up the passing attack. You still got Quintez Cephas in there, who I know we can get the ball to in any given moment. You obviously may have Josh Reynolds. So even if you are without DJ Chark, like I said, you got Cephas, you got Reynolds, and you got Khalif Raymond. Pretty much you have to find a way to make that work, and that's, you got to involve TJ Hawkinson. You may even have to involve like the tight ends and Zylstra and Brock Wright at times too as well. So I expect to see a lot of power running sets and and Ben Johnson trying to again wheel and deal to get lanes open to help you give our running backs what they need, and maybe them trying to put the ball on the ground in the red zone when we get in there. But like I said, defensively, this week they also been having a safety battle of Melifonwu, who I think could be possibly on his way back. I believe he might be called up. It's going to be they said Friday. Dan Campbell said in his press conference that he was going to wait and see what happens Friday. They had a battle for this whole week, basically. So it's been a 3-person battle, and they said they were going to go with the guy who they felt gave the most. They've been going with Juju Hughes these last few weeks. Every time when Tracy Walker got kicked out the game, then obviously the injury, they put him back in. Melifonwu, who they showed the position earlier this offseason, he is very talented, and then obviously Kirby Joseph is also their 3rd-round rookie this year, and he's raw. He's a raw player. I think the favorite, in my personal opinion, it comes down between Juju and Melifonwu because the experience situation of them already being in the league and having games that they played in. And he's already played some snaps. Juju, I'm talking about, already at safety, and then obviously Melifonwu was playing at corner mainly, but he did seem to adjust decently, I guess, to the safety position in the preseason. So they must have liked what they saw out of him. So it's going to come down to me, probably one of those two guys. I'll be shocked that Kirby is the starter across from Deshaun Elliott. We'll see what happens at the safety position. Aiden Hutchinson, hopefully he can have a better game. I know we're going to get some mobile quarterback, but we kind of need to bring some pressure. They do got 2 rookie tackles, I believe, on that offensive line, if I'm correct. So hopefully they can find a way to generate some pressure between Charles Harris and Aiden and Austin Bryant and the boys. Can find a way to get to the quarterback. That'd be much appreciated because they go try to pound the ball on us. This Pete Carroll is a well-coached team. Usually they're 1-2, they're 1-2, but Pete Carroll knows how to win games there against winnable teams. If we have a bad defense, they have one, but the experience of the coaching staff definitely goes to Pete Carroll, so you gotta be careful there. They got the better linebacker core. We may have the better cornerback scenario, but I think they got us beat on safety. We actually lucky that it's only Quandre Diggs, who it should be his first time stepping in Ford Field since he got traded. But thank God for them that Jamal Adams is healthy, so we don't have to worry about that minutes being out there along with them. That would be a much harder game having both of them there. But Diz can be more than enough sometimes. We know that as Lions fans. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to coming home for the first time. We know Slay has been here at least a couple times since he been traded. So for him to come back to where he was drafted by, they ultimately traded from, we'll see how that's going to happen for him. We'll see how the Lions' run game respond. Like I said, hopefully they can get T.J. Hawkinson. They got to start spreading him out. Like I said in the stream the other day, they got to get him spread out, man, to make some passes down up the middle of the field, expose that weak defense that they got now that they're man down on that safety position too, and their cornerbacks are raw, and they're like young rookie players that's barely proven, and they're struggling there. So we gotta try to expose their weaknesses. Obviously, from our cornerback standpoint, you gotta deal with Tyler Lockett. You gotta deal with DK Metcalf, or you got DK Metcalf calling Okudah out. I expect that to be a dog fight. Okudah, I don't think he's gonna take a beating just sitting there. I expect even if Metcalf does get off a little bit, I know Kudah's going to be there to lay some tackles against this guy. DK Metcalf is somebody who tries to, bully you on the field, man, and, troll you and just try to break you down mentally, man. Being a butthole out there. But I have a feeling that we go beat that ass this time. And I just do. I just have a feeling we go come for them today. This coming Sunday. So hopefully Okudah and Monty will be ready. The task with receivers don't get that easy. Again, that Tyler Lockett, very underrated. You obviously got the minutes, like I said, of DK Metcalf. So can't let them kill us underneath either, because the quarterback not going to be throwing the ball down the field like that. And if we don't cover that part up, man, it's going to be a long day, especially with Rashad Penny. Remember what he did to us last year. And K9 now is there too, so you gotta be careful with the run game. But other than that, if you can stop that run and bring pressure, and then we can run the ball and hit our receivers and stride off the play action, you got a shot to really put this game away. And that should be the game plan. They gotta stick to their guns, man. It make the right decisions. Again, health wise, we gotta get healthy. We probably go get some more guys sometime after the bye week. Swift gonna be kind of a week to week thing. I think St. Brown potentially could be back next game when we go on the road against New England, but I have a strong feeling Amon-Ra St. Brown, they might leave him out till after the bye week, and I know Swift is definitely going to be out till after the bye week. He might not even be available till game 7, more so to speak than game 6, because he had the shoulder and ankle that he already been nursing. Now the shoulder is bothering him too, so he may be out to game 7 or so. I'm not going to throw in the towel yet on Swift just because he got hurt early. We kind of knew that could happen. That's obviously Dalvin Cook got hurt during the same game, so it happens. But we go see what happens. We gonna monitor injuries. Jamison Williams is getting prepared to start practice. I heard he's kind of looking at the playbook and starting to get it. Rumor has it. So, but he's about to get his practices going soon. So, rumor has it we can probably get him sometime after the bye week. If I had to guess, I say it'd be either game 7, game 8. Sometime they probably gonna want to make sure he get enough time to practice and build his strength and continue to build his strength on and run and understand the routes he got to run and get his chemistry going with golf, where they just immediately rush him to the field when he's able to go. So he might be back like game 8, game 9. You have to start looking at it that way. But we might get some of our other guys back at that point or before that point too, like some guys we haven't seen yet. Possibly you might get Pascal, not sure. Hasn't been no word on that, but we still gotta watch out for Romeo. Jerry Jacobs out here is back too for practice. I don't know if he's gonna play this Sunday or next week or whatever, but I hear he's on his verge of coming back too now. So that's good that we starting to get a couple guys back, man. Hopefully we can continue to trend into the right direction. But we already know, like I said, the game plan is to stop the run and run the ball. That's their main strength, and that's our weakness, so we got to find a way to fix the problems on defense. Aaron Glenn has been taking a lot of heat as I expressed on my last stream, some of it's not quite deserving. And you know what? He even sort of said what the situation is sometimes, you know. He even said in the press conference the other day, he stated that, you know, when you're dealing with a young team, things like this happen. Because when you got a young team, you know, sometimes they go rogue on their assignments. You know, if you're supposed to hit the right gap, you're supposed to, but instead they out there, you know, trying to do something different, hit a different gap, thinking they can do it this way, and things don't go right. He's saying that they gotta stay on task. Like, if you just fill the gap the way you're supposed to, you know, things are, you know, be okay. In other words, he's not saying like if they fill the gap up, they'll automatically get stopped. But what he's saying is, if they at least fill the gaps up and hit the way they're supposed to, if something still goes wrong, then at least you can get to that point and figure out what to do next. But because they're young, and sometimes with a young team that's filled with kids, they do young stuff, and you have to kind of get them in order. It takes time, man. They got, you know, you're not gonna make this happen overnight. I know the defense it's unfair that the defense is giving up that many points, but this does take a lot of time. And at the end of the day, you gotta let him get his time to get these guys together. They'll hit a point where they start playing better. I still see that coming. That's what happens when you got a young team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make an excuse why we're giving up 30 points, but you can even blame the offense to a certain degree why we have been giving up points. Because again, when we have a lead, they go away from running the football. So they gotta play smarter too. That's not fair to the defense to, you know, just go and throw 3 straight passes and then 3 and outs in 25 seconds. I keep telling people that. You know, they got to do their part too. So, you know, at the end of the day, I ain't saying they had to score 35 a game, but the point is, if you got a lead, you're supposed to protect it on offense first by moving the chains and put yourself in position to score no matter what. Like, and that's what you should do. Instead of just forcing your defense to have to go out there after they already probably put up with a long drive, and now they only got 20 seconds of rest or 30 seconds of rest or 1 minute. They deserve a little bit more than that. So that's not fair to do either. So that's why I say it's like a give or take type of relationship. But like I said, the game plan tomorrow for Sunday is stop the run, bring pressure, and clean up on those tackles, and then obviously running the football and try to get TJ Hockenson to be a factor. No, they got to get him more involved in the offense. You know what I'm saying? They should. This is the perfect time to do it. Like I said, they got a weakness in the secondary, a weakness period in their defense, and we had the talent, even with the injuries, to exploit it. You know, so that's why a lot of these receivers were brought back, because of their chemistry with Jared Goff to some point of him having comfortability with them. They just had to build on this chemistry. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm about to make this video 20 minutes. Wasn't trying to get to that. So shout out to everybody, man. I'll try to get with y'all on the stream after the game is over next Wednesday, because I gotta work this weekend. So hopefully I can get y'all as soon as possible. Probably be Wednesday though, more than likely. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Beast King, Week 3 Kings period, Mondo Ray Moore, Micro Mike, man, and you know, Luke and all the game, man. Shout out to everybody out there. It's your boy Nomus J, and I'm out. I'll hit y'all later, man. Peace.